Has this year got you down? Does this year seem like it will never end? Are you over 2020? Maybe you'd like to go back to a better place in time. Maybe you'd like a chance to be over a different year. Hey everybody, this is Ross with Coinsncoffee. In today's video, we will be reviewing overdate errors that you can find on nickels. Some of these errors you would need to source individually, and some you can still find in your pocket change today. An overdate is a type of error in which an obverse die is either retooled or has hub doubling to be used for the following year. Reasons for this scenario include surplus dies from a previous year, a shortage of materials, and simple human error. In the following clips, we will tell you how to identify these errors, as well as some example prices from past auctions. The first example in our list is the 1879 proof shield nickel from Philadelphia with the 9/8 error. 1879 was a very low mintage year, and only 3,200 proofs were made that year. Due to the low output of the Philadelphia Mint, they decided to retool the proof dies from 1878 for the 1879 coins, and that is where this error comes from. Only 2 coins in the history of U.S. coinage were given overdate errors as a result of a retooled proof die. The 1887 7/6 3-cent nickel being the first to happen. When looking at the date, we can see raised metal within the 9, which gives the subtle impression of an 8. In 2019 at Heritage Auction, a PCGS Proof 69 was sold for $84,000. Do not expect this coin to be found in your pocket change. This is an exceedingly rare coin, and I wanted to include it in this list as it was the first of its kind for 5-cent nickels. The next error we have is the 1883 3/2 shield nickel from Philadelphia. The reasons for this overdate are somewhat of a perfect storm of events. From 1879 to 1881, the mintage for nickels were just over 110,000 combined, as these were still experimental years for the nickel. In 1882, a large number of dies were needed for the planned 11.47 million to be minted that year. When 1883 came, there were still surplus dies left over, and this would be the last year for the shield nickel. 5 different dies from 1882 were repunched with 1883 date, and so there are many different varieties, each one being distinguished by the relation of the 2 with the 3. Pictured here is the most valuable variety, FS-301. Which shows the lower left portion of the 2 west of the 3. The mint run for this coin is just over 1.4 million, and in 2010, an auction at Stack's Bowers sold a PCGS MS67 for $16,100. Again, this is not a coin that you could reasonably expect when hunting rolls, but there are 4 other varieties which can offer a more affordable entry point. Now that the shield nickels are covered, we will skip the Liberty Nickel series and go to the Buffalo series. The first Buffalo up for review is the 1914 4/3 from the Philadelphia Mint. This is the second year in which the Buffaloes were minted, and for reasons unknown, the 1913 master die was repunched with a 1914 dated hub. All numbers on the 1914 will display hub doubling with a strong horizontal top of the 3 above the 4. There are weaker impressions of the 3 on the Denver and San Francisco issues, but these do not command as high of a price as the Philadelphia variety. Over 20 million Buffalo nickels were minted at Philadelphia in 1914. So the chances of finding one are greater than the previous 2 on this list. Displayed here is the FS-101, and in 2002, a PCGS MS65 sold at Heritage Auction for $63,250. As rare as this coin may be, it is technically possible to find it while coin roll hunting and searching dateless buffalo nickels while applying nicodate. Although the nicodate does damage the coin, it will still command a respective price. The second buffalo nickel on our list is the 1918 D 8/7, which flew under the radar of collectors and was not discovered until 1930. In 1918, the Denver Mint issued over 8.3 million nickels, and due to plain human error, 1917 dies were impressed with the 1918 date. Since the coin went unnoticed for 12 years, there are very few examples of mint state grades, and it is considered to be the rarest buffalo error. Because of this rarity, there are many examples that were faked, but authenticity can be confirmed by seeing that the Denver Mint mark tilts to the left. The horizontal top of the 7 is faint, but can be noticed through the 8. The highest grade, which is a PCGS MS65, sold at auction through Bowers and Marina in 2006 for $350,750. Due to the high ceiling of this coin's value, lower grade examples will still yield an impressive figure. When using nicodate to search dateless buffaloes, this is one to exclusively keep an eye out for. The last overdate error on our list is the 1943p 3/2 Jefferson War nickel. Ironically, this nickel does not contain any nickel and is rather a silver alloy comprised of 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. The copper and nickel content were reduced for the war effort from 1942 to 1945. In order to conserve metal, the master dies from 1942 were purposely repunched with the 1943 date. The Philadelphia Mint created over 271 million nickels in 1943, so the chances of finding high grades are very reasonable. When identifying this error, pay close attention to the bottom of the 3. Notice the fishhook-like appearance, as this is where the 2 and the 3 meld. This is a coin that can totally be found when coin roll hunting, as there are still many silver war nickels currently in circulation. In 2008, an MS67 from PCGS sold at Heritage Auction for $16,675. This concludes our review of overdate nickel errors. Hopefully this video has helped you to identify the characteristics of each coin and a little bit of the history behind them. Let me know in the comments if you have ever found one of these or owned one. This has been Ross with Coins and Coffee. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.